How to prepare for climbing Kilimanjaro. Alexander Graham Bell said, "Before anything else, preparation is the key to success." And climbing a peak as tall as Mount Kilimanjaro requires a good amount of preparation. In this video, I'll discuss what you need to do before you arrive in Tanzania, starting with Kilimanjaro Gear. There are 5 ecological zones on Mount Kilimanjaro, each with its own climate and weather characteristics. Climbers are required to have the right gear to stay warm, dry, and comfortable in a wide range of weather conditions. Typically, it's warm and humid in the rainforest at the start of your trek. Then, as you climb higher, it becomes colder and drier in the moorland and alpine desert zones. The summit can be extremely cold and windy, as being in the Arctic zone would suggest. Climbing Kilimanjaro is like hiking from summer to winter in a matter of days. Your apparel will reflect this as well. You will need technical clothing such as a waterproof jacket, fleece jacket, and several base layers. Cold weather gear such as hats, gloves, down jacket, and a warm sleeping bag are essential. The ultimate Kilimanjaro gear list contains everything you need to climb Kilimanjaro. You're responsible for bringing personal gear and equipment, while communal equipment is provided. For clients who have hiking and backpacking experience, you already have most, if not all, of the gear on the list. If you're starting from scratch, then it'll take some time and money to assemble the items. Also consider renting gear from shops or borrowing gear from friends if possible to reduce the cost. Physical training. For most people, having an adequate fitness level for the climb is their biggest concern. We completely understand. You're venturing into the unknown and aren't sure how much effort is required to climb Kilimanjaro. Our best advice is to train seriously and come to Tanzania in the best hiking shape possible. If you do this, you'll know that you gave yourself the greatest chance of a safe and successful climb. We recommend training for at least 2 months prior to your departure. For those who are new to hiking, it would be smart to train longer. For those who are regular hikers, you'll likely perform fine, just keeping your regular routine. Doing day hikes is a great way to prepare, though it's entirely possible to train exclusively on a Stairmaster machine if you don't have access to trails. Altitude training. Acclimatizing to the high altitude is the key to climbing Kilimanjaro. In fact, a person who is in phenomenal shape but can't acclimatize will perform worse than a person who is in poor shape but acclimatize as well. There are things you can do to pre-acclimatize or prepare for high altitude before you climb. For instance, you can spend some time at high altitude immediately before your trip. If that's impractical due to the timing, you can take a trip or two to high elevation destinations and hike, just to test your body's response. You can also use an altitude training system and pre-acclimatize in your own home. Most of our clients don't pre-acclimatize and still do very well on the mountain. So don't worry if you can't get high altitude training or exposure during your preparation. However, we strongly recommend longer routes, like the 8-day Lemosho or 9-day Northern Circuit, for nearly everyone. Adding days to your climb will almost always improve your probability of summiting because it allows for more time to acclimatize. Tanzania entry requirements. A valid passport and visa are required for most nationalities to enter Tanzania, including United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand passport holders. Vaccinations and medications. There are no mandatory vaccinations, immunizations, or medications to enter Tanzania. However, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention recommends many vaccines for travel to East Africa. Therefore, we encourage you to discuss your travel plans with a medical professional to determine which vaccinations and medications you should get. Medical check. We do not require a medical check to participate on our climbs, but it's a good idea to be medically cleared by your doctor. Your age, fitness level, health, and pre-existing medical conditions may preclude you from high-altitude trekking. Our minimum fitness requirements are that each climber must have a resting heart rate of under 100 beats per minute. Travel insurance. Travel insurance is required to participate on our trips. Standard travel insurance provides coverage for trip cancellation, interruption and delay, lost, stolen, and damaged baggage, medical expenses and emergency medical evacuation, and luggage delay. Your travel insurance must also cover high-altitude trekking up to 6,000 meters. This insurance will make you eligible for rescue by helicopter from Kilimanjaro Med Air, a private company. Clients must be able to provide proof of insurance to staff upon request, or they won't be allowed to participate. Travel to Tanzania. Our climbs begin and end in Moshi, which is readily accessible via Kilimanjaro International Airport. Moshi is a coffee-producing town in northern Tanzania that is known as a gateway to Kilimanjaro National Park. What makes Moshi an ideal home base for Kilimanjaro climbs is its convenient location near the base of the mountain and close distance to the airport. There are regular flights into Kilimanjaro International Airport, serviced by KLM Delta, Qatar Airways, Lufthansa, Ethiopian Airlines, Turkish Airlines, and more. We can arrange for pickup and drop-off at the airport by request. Here's our Kilimanjaro preparation checklist. If you can answer yes to each of these questions, you're prepared for your trip. 1. Do you have all the required gear from our gear list? 2. Have you trained for your climb? 3. Do you have a valid passport and visa? 4. Are you medically cleared to climb Kilimanjaro? 5. Have you obtained the recommended vaccinations, immunizations, and medications? 6. Have you purchased the required trip insurance? 7. Have you booked your flights? Preparing for Kilimanjaro may seem like an overwhelming task, so focus on completing one small task at a time, and before you know it, you'll have completed every step. If you need any help, our staff is always here to guide you along your way, on and off the mountain. For more information, visit ultimatekilimanjaro.com. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. I'll see you on the summit.